This is Walking with Wisdom, Grandma's Wisdom. And I have to put my cup in my water. I just left the gym down and then I'll get it when I come back about that. But the lesson for today, and I am going to every now and then be looking. Okay, so I'm starting at 8:07. I'm going to be looking every now and then to not be as long and drawn out as I was yesterday, because yesterday, you all, was a whole thing. I recorded for like 40 minutes. Like, who does that? I just don't understand how I can just be that long and drawn out. I didn't realize how long and drawn out I was. So anyway, I'm Glennis and welcome to my YouTube channel. I decided that I was going to do these walks. I am in LA and I'm going to be doing my cardio no matter what, because 60 is just a number, as my mom would say. And I decided that I was going to do these lessons for the grandkids, so that, because why not, right? Why not walk around and do your cardio and then also be able to produce something wonderful for your grandkids, right? I am all about, I don't like to say I like to multitask, because multitasking is not the best of things. But I do think, good morning, I do think that taking advantage of doing a couple of things that you can do at the same time, like, that's okay, right? I can work out, right? I can work out, and at the same time, I can listen to a book, right? Or I can listen to a preaching, a teaching, right? Or a course, or whatever it may be. Like, that's okay. And I can do both of them hopefully well, right? It's like killing two birds with one stone. I don't consider it multitasking. I consider it being able to group things together and take advantage of both and be able to do a little bit more, because sometimes we need that, right? Okay, so yesterday's video was for Bella. So this one is for Ella. And Ella, I just want you to know, mija, that if you watch this, if your dad probably will cringe if he watches this, but maybe your mom will. And this video is for you, mija. And this lesson is on resilience. We need to be resilient. I asked you the last time I saw you, which was just not that long ago. It was February 1st. Thank you, Jesus. Today is oh my gosh, it's the 25th. I was like, is it the 26th? I got to call my mom. My mom's birthday is tomorrow. She turns 83. And anyway, hopefully I am recording. Let me check this thing. Oh, yeah, I'm recording. I'm like, oh my gosh, did I press record? Wow, it's a lot of noise right here. It's a car wash. Um, but anyway, oh my Lord, this is a lot of noise right here. Let me get out of here. Oh my gosh. Okay, woman cross the street, don't get killed. Okay, so, oh, Conway Studios. I wonder what that is. But anyway, Ella, listen, mija, I'm sorry. You're a grandma. She needs Jesus and focus, resilience. You said to me that you wanted to be a gymnast, right? That's what you want to do when you grow up, Ella. And in able to do that, you need to be able to be resilient, You need that in your life. With, I believe, me, okay, this is grandma. I believe that with God, all things are possible. And no matter what, with faith, you can do this. Like, you can do this. With God, all things are possible. And if that's what you want to do, you can do it. But it takes a lot of work. Like, when mom or dad says, you need to do so many flips, let's say you're your teacher at gymnastics, they want you to do the exercise over and over and over again. You need to do it. And maybe, just maybe, when you are at home, I know that mom and dad allow you to do screen time. Same thing I told Bella yesterday. They allow you screen time. And when they do allow you screen time, you can ask them to allow you, to watch some gymnasts that maybe they're in the Olympics. Or maybe you follow one of these YouTubers that actually teach you how to do a flip, or how to perfect a flip, or what you need to do. Whatever that looks like, you just need to, what does grandma say? You need to do it and do it and do it. We do not become good like grandma. I'm not even going to say the word. It's not a curse word, but it's not a very nice word. Grandma is not very good. Like, fill in the blanks, Junior. If you're ever watching this, Junior's her dad. With this YouTube thing, she kind of at it, but the most important thing is that she's resilient, and she will continue to do it and do it and do it. And grandma watches other YouTubers, and she's learning. And eventually, I'm not looking to be this famous YouTuber or influencer. What I'm looking to do is to be able to bring value to the grandkids. And in life, to get somewhere, we need to be resilient. So I have not shared this story on YouTube before, because grandma's just, you know, she just has the courage now to be able to do these long form videos. YouTube is making it easy. So I am going to just share the story. So grandma, I don't know if you know this, Ella, but Ella is 5 years old. So I have to talk to Ella on her level, although she is turning 6 soon. And, but anyway, grandma had an accident, and she had an accident a few years ago on 10 to 17. And because grandma believed, and she was resilient, and she was just determined that she was going to get better, that's how she got better. But the doctors, so somebody hit grandma. Grandma was driving a small car, a Prius, and grandma was in Key West. She was in Key West, and she was there working claims. Like, I'm working claims in LA, I'm working the fires. But back in 2017, I was in Key West working the hurricane, and a guy decided to commit suicide. He decided to take his life, which is very sad. And he hit grandma. He was trying to not make it anymore. He needed Jesus, and it put grandma in a really bad place. And the reason why I am so determined about sharing about working out is because I believe, of course, God saved grandma's life, but also it was grandma's upper body that allowed her to be able to pull herself out of that car when the firefighters came, the emergency crew that was there helping grandma. They told her to push her body up, and it was grandma's strong upper body that allowed grandma to be able to do that. So, very, very important that we understand how important it is to exercise. But it was that spirit that grandma had of being resilient, of being able to, I'm going to get myself out of here. Grandma saw Jesus that day. She saw Jesus that day. Um, it's what people call an out of body experience, which means you are still in your body, but your mind, it's in another place. So I was literally at that moment, good morning, at that moment, I was in front of Jesus. And one of the things that allowed me to ask him to bring me back is because I saw the grandkids. It was only then, it was only David and Bella that were born. And I saw them as they're doing a celebration of grandma's life, which, there is one day that that's going to happen. Grandma's going to go and be with Jesus. Hopefully, it's another at least 40 years from now. And that's why grandma's doing these videos, to make sure that she teaches you about life. So, grandma believes that if you want to do something, that you can do it, that you will do it with God's help, but you need to be able to push yourself to be able to do it. The doctors told grandma was trapped in this little car, and they had to take her to the hospital where in a plane. So grandma was what is called trauma hocked, and they took her in a plane, in a helicopter. And grandma was very, very scared to go on this helicopter because grandma does not like heights. And even with so many medicines that they gave grandma, so many medicines, and grandma was not 100% there, if you know what I mean. Grandma still was very scared, and she said, no, 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 I don't want to be able to go on this plane. I don't want to do that, because grandma was very, very scared to do that, to go on this plane, because grandma did not like heights. But when grandpa told grandma that, hey, you need to go on this plane, on this helicopter, so that they can save your life, then grandma said, okay, I am able to go on this airplane, because if it's a matter of life and death, grandma wants to live so that she's able to see her grandkids grow up and be able to teach them together with mom and dad about Jesus. So that was very, very important to grandma, and that's why she got on that plane, and that's how things were good, because grandma was not very well. So resilient, that spirit of resilience is very important because once the doctor saw grandma, they first said, grandma may never walk again. Grandma, her, what is called the hip girdle, that part where your legs are attached to, it was no good. So grandma was a non bearing weight person. So grandma had to be in a wheelchair. They had to help her out of bed. At first, they said grandma needs surgery because grandma's legs are no good and she needs an emergency surgery. That's why they took her on that plane. And we need to check grandma's back and neck and all these things. And prayer, Ella, prayer. And grandma's grit of faith and belief and determination, that's what saved her life. Okay? She kept on saying, Jesus, 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 through the whole time, to the point where the firefighters told grandma, lady, you need to stop saying Jesus, because if you don't stop saying Jesus, you're going to go into a full cardiac arrest. We are trying to get your heart to come down because you're not doing good and you need to breathe with us so we don't lose you. And grandma said, like that little kid that said, okay, I'm going to say it in my mind. So in my mind, I kept on saying, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Because at that point, I knew those firefighters could not save my life. I knew that only Jesus could save my life. So I just want you to know, Ella, let's see how we're doing on time. We're doing still okay. Not as bad as yesterday with lesson one, Ella. So resilient spirit, that's what we need. We need resilience in our lives, because if we don't, it's very difficult to be able to do the things that God would have us do. When I look back at that accident, I look back at everything that they said. Your hip girdle is broken, you need surgery, and just seeing how God, they did x-rays at the first hospital. The accident was in Key West and in Isla Morada, which was very close to, that was the closest hospital to the accident. They said they did x-rays and they said all these things are wrong with grandma's body. So grandma kept on praying, grandpa kept on praying, your mom and dad, your tia, your tios, everybody was praying for grandma. And they took her on the plane to the second hospital where she was supposed to have surgery and to fix grandma's legs. And when the doctor saw the new x-rays were only 5 hours apart, okay? That was it. It was only about 4 or 5 hours in between, I think. They said, is this the same body? Is this the same person? Because one x-ray looks as if everything is broken and it's bad and we need surgery. And the second x-ray looks like it's just fractures. We can't believe. Is it the same body? The surgeon looked at the x-rays and I kept those x-rays. Those x-rays are in Joy's room, which is now grandma's office, in a big envelope, and they're there from both hospitals. But if not, your mom and dad, they have the authority to look at all my medical records, and they're there, Ella. And Jesus did a miracle, a big miracle. And I believe it was because of faith, and it was because of believing and being intentional, which means not giving up and continuing to just be resilient and being able to believe God and trust that with God all things are possible. So it's very, very important, Ella. I'm going to close this out by saying this, mija. You can do anything that you set your heart to do, but in able to do those things, even those things that are incredible, that are miracles, because sometimes the Lord allows miracles to happen that we can see and we can call miracles. I think that just the fact that I'm walking today is a miracle, because without Jesus, grandma could not walk right now. Okay? So with him, you can do it. With taking action, you can do it. Remember, Moses, right? Moses, when he was at the Red Sea, Jesus did not say, hey, sit there until I open the Red Sea, right? That story of the Red Sea, Moses had to first take a step of faith and walk and take action. He had to do the natural thing. He had to walk first. And then God was able to open the Red Sea. So in your life, Ella, very important in your life, you take the steps. Because if we're not willing to take the steps, if we're thinking about what this friend may think, or what even the cousins may think, or the neighbor or anybody may think, and we don't take the step, how can God bless our lives? How? He can't, because we're not doing the thing that he's calling us to do. So make sure that you first do the thing that God is calling you to do. It needs faith, it needs action, and then you need to be consistent. You cannot give up. You cannot give up. Unfortunately, Ella, grandma has given up on things in her life. Grandma right now is in LA, okay? She is in LA. And when grandma first came to LA, grandma wanted to be an actress. That's what grandma wanted to do. She wanted to be in the movies, and that was her dream. Grandma wanted to do those things. But grandma did not have resilience. Grandma gave up, and grandma never did the things that she needed to do to become an actress. Don't let that be the case in your life. If you want something, you have to have faith that with God all things are possible. Second, you need to take action. And third, you need to be consistent, even when it gets hard. I love you, baby girl. I hope you and Kobe and your mom and daddy are doing good today. That is the lesson for today. I think, I don't know, maybe I can't even count. maybe close between 20 and 25 minutes this video. So it's not as long as the other one I did for Bella yesterday, which was 38 minutes. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in and taking this journey for the grandkids. At 60 years young, we can dream again, we can do the thing, and we can step out of fear into action. Let's go. At any age, we can do this thing. Let's go. Love you guys. God bless.